Hello there, welcome back. Let's start with a question. Have you ever had an idea, something big, something that could shift your life, like starting a business or pushing for a promotion, only to find yourself stalled? You mull it over, plan it out, and then nothing happens. If that rings a bell, you're definitely not alone. I've been there myself, and I reckon it's actually a quiet struggle for a lot of us, maybe even the thing that defines this generation. We've got a lot of creativity in abundance. Look at what we have access to: podcasts, social media, endless how-to guides online, and so on. You can learn to code or start a side hustle from your phone without even getting out of bed. Our grandparents' generation could only have imagined what we have access to today. We're swimming in ideas, which is brilliant, but I think I'm starting to wonder why so few of us actually do anything with them. That thought hit me properly this week after two things caught my attention. First, a podcast with Robert Greene, the guy who wrote The 48 Laws of Power and The Laws of Human Nature. Second, a book I've started reading called $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. Both point to the same problem. We've got the imagination and potential, but we're short on boldness. Without that, all these grand ideas just sit there gathering dust. Greene said something in that podcast that stuck with me. When asked about his legacy, he said if he could create more bold people, he'd be happy. Now that's not just a casual remark, it's what drives him. He spent years unpacking power and human nature and many other ideas, all to get people to stop hesitating and act. This was one of the reasons for writing books like The 48 Laws of Power. It's not to criticize the powerful, but to understand the dynamics of power and human nature so you can foster the good parts in yourself. And here's the telling bit. His books are selling more now than when they first came out. This seems to imply that many of us have noble goals and aspirations, but lack the conviction to make them a reality. Then there's the $1 Million Weekend. Kagan's got this line, now not how. And it's dead simple but spot on. Don't waste time working out every little detail, just start. He reckons the people who made it, like entrepreneurs, creators, don't have it all figured out beforehand. The more biographies and books I've read, the more this becomes apparent. They just jump in, muddle through and sort as they go. The thing is, as a species, we're actually hopeless at predicting what's to come, but we're surprisingly good at coping once we're in the thick of it. It's trial and error, not endless planning, that gets results. So why do we hold back and procrastinate? I'll put up my hand and admit that I've definitely been guilty of this too. There's always another book to read, another contact to chase, another skill to polish before I feel ready. We often kid ourselves into thinking that one more step will make us bulletproof, and then we'll finally feel ready. For every person out there getting on with it, starting that business or chasing that goal, there's a load of us stuck overthinking, doubting what we can do, and building up the obstacles in our mind. I believe that most of this stems from the fear of failure and judgment rather than a lack of passion. We create excuses because counterintuitively, if we don't try, we can't fail. But the real question is how much regret is worth not failing over. Here's the thing though, boldness isn't some innate gift. It's more like a muscle. You work it, it grows, and every time you push past the nerves and try something new, you prove it's not the end of the world. I found the fallout's rarely as grim as I'd feared. So how do you build it? Start small, ask for a small discount somewhere, pitch an idea to a friend, treat every no as a lesson, not a disaster. And don't wait to feel prepared. Just commit and figure it out afterwards. It adds up. Before long, you're the one asking for that pay rise or kicking off that project you've been mulling over. Take a look at the big names. Jeff Bezos ditched a steady job to start Amazon with no safety net. Elon Musk chucked everything into Tesla and SpaceX and nearly lost it all. And then there are many more everyday examples too. They didn't wait for the perfect moment, they made it happen. There's something to that old line about fortune favoring the bold. So where does that leave us? We've got the tools and the ideas to do something worthwhile, maybe not necessarily change the world, but at least something that gives us meaning and purpose. All that's missing is the audacity and the conviction. Think about that thing you've been putting off, the business, the career shift, whatever it is. What's one small thing that you can do today? Not necessarily next week, but actually today. Ideas are no good unless you actually act on them. there's a particular idea that I like, and to paraphrase, what's something that you tomorrow will be thankful that you today did for you? Anyway, that's all for this one. Let me know in the comments what's one bold move that you're going to try today or this week. Ideally today, like I said. And if you found that useful, I'd really appreciate if you could like and subscribe, or if you found the video enjoyable overall. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.